We're gathered here today in the presence of God to celebrate the power of love. Love is a gift, a miracle, and the most beautiful experience in our lives. Love opens our hearts and has the power to change everything. Just as love did when it came into your lives. You have been married now since 20 years. And throughout all these years together, many things in your lives may have changed. But one thing is persistent, the love you feel for each other.
Faith, it was 20 years ago when we first said I do. Since then, we've seen 20 years of memories, some really good, some really bad. And we've had our fair share of success and our fair share of storms, literally. In our 20 years, we've created our own memories. We created life with our 3 boys, our legacy for generations. We have reshaped the trajectory of our family by moving over 700 miles away from home. We have created memories that will never be forgotten. We were just kids when we got married, barely older than Christian. We grew up together. We learned how to navigate life, raised kids, among other things that life may have thrown at us. But mostly we learned to love, not only how to love the way we want to be loved, but how to love each other the way that each other wants to be loved. Today, we share our vows, but not as young kids, but somewhat mature adults, kind of. Knowing the good and the bad, for richer, for poorer, sickness and health. Back then, these words were just on a paper that we barely understood. Today, 20 years later, we totally get it. In 20 years, I've learned to love differently. I've learned to love you the way you want to be loved. So with all that being said, I promise to continue to love you the best way I know how. I promise to take care of you, promise to protect you, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. I promise to be there in good and the bad. I love you always.
My darling Chris, today we reflect on 20 years of life together. We reflect on 20 years of growing up together, of building a family together, of learning to love each other well. We reflect on the commitment we made 20 years ago to commit our lives to each other, where we promised to love and care for one another for the rest of our lives. We celebrate that commitment today and all that has happened to bring us to this moment. As I consider the way you have loved me these last 20 years, I can think of no better words to describe that love than the words found in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. You have been the epitome of love as described in these verses. You have been patient and kind with me. You have never been arrogant or rude. You have never insisted on your own way. You have patiently endured the trials of our life together. Indeed, you have never failed to love me. You have been God's greatest gift to me. Today, I stand here with gratefulness for the wonderful man, husband, and father you have been all of these years, and that I know you will continue to be. I couldn't be more thankful that our boys have your example to look up to of what it means to be a man, to love well, to serve well, to be loyal and faithful and honest. Our family is better because you are leading it, and I am a better person because you love me. As I look forward into our future and to the rest of our lives together, I promise to continue learning how to love you well. I promise to continue looking inward, asking myself how I can make things easier for you and how I can better support you and your goals. I promise to continue a path of personal growth that makes me a more selfless person, In other words, I promise to strive to be more like you, because you are the very best human I know. Thank you for loving me so well. Thank you for being the most amazing dad. Thank you for your tireless work. Thank you for embodying the fruit of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. Thank you for building this beautiful life with me. I love you.
Faith and Chris, it is with great joy that I now pronounce you, even more than ever before, husband and wife united in marriage, and you may seal the union with a kiss.